Computer game systems may be the rage, but kids still love to play the old-fashioned way, outside, in the fresh air, on a playset. And today's playsets are quite often elaborate, with a slew of apparatuses that provide a lot more exercise than a game controller does. Many playsets are modular systems, which let you choose the components and configuration. This set combines forts, ladders, monkey bars, a climbing wall, swings, rope, and a slide. The wood is redwood, a species that's safe for little hands because it's splinter-free. It's also naturally weather-resistant, so it doesn't need to be treated with chemicals to prevent rotting. Workers first cut out any knots and defects. Then they saw the wood to the lengths required for different parts. They load several of the same part onto a computer-guided router. These are the sides for several ladder kits. The router cuts slots for the ladder's wooden steps and drills holes for the bolts that attach the ladders to their respective playset. Workers manually sand every piece of wood that goes into a playset so that the entire surface is smooth for little hands and knees. When pieces need to be shaped a certain way, workers run them through this machine. It's called a wood molder. Inside, it has 4 spindles with rotary knives that trim the wood on all sides to specific preset dimensions and shape. A wood molder can make relatively complex cuts to make decorative crown moldings. However, for these playsets, the molder primarily curves edges and shapes adjoining components to fit together like puzzle pieces. Here's what a piece looks like before and after it's put through the wood molder for sizing and to round the corners. Several wood components also go through this piece of equipment, called the double-end cutoff machine. As the name implies, it saws off a preset amount of wood on each end to standardize length and smooth the surface. The playset structure has angled braces in the corners for extra reinforcement. To make these braces, workers notch the wood pieces on this machine. Then they round the edges with a router and sand the surface. Once all the wood parts are shaped and sanded, workers put them on a conveyor belt, which ferries them through a machine called a vacuum coater. It saturates the part with a non-toxic, water-based, reddish stain, then suctions off the excess. Workers staple an identification label on every part. Then they bundle together all the parts for the module, this is the ladder kit, and put them through a plastic banding machine to tie them together. The bander works by feeding a continuous plastic strap off a spool. When the operator steps on a foot pedal, the machine shoots the strap tightly around the bundle, then cuts and heat seals the ends. Swings, slides, and climbing wall footings are made of molded polyethylene, a flexible and durable type of plastic. To assemble this baby swing, workers bend it to shape and clamp it in an assembly fixture. Then, one side at a time, they position the galvanized steel hardware and insert the rivets that will fasten it. They transfer this assembly to a vise, then drive in the rivets with an air-powered impact gun. The swing hangs on plastic-coated steel chains. This module is what they call the split ladder. It combines a wood stepladder with a more challenging chain ladder. Plastic-coated steel pipes at the top and bottom link the two. The galvanized steel chain ladder is coated with plastic to make it softer to the touch. They complete the unit with a wooden side rail, then place the split ladder on a large vertical press which forces the parts tightly together. The unit will be further secured with bolts once assembled to the playset. along with a selection of additional climbing, dangling, sliding, and swinging options for active little monkeys.